Like I said in the beginning when I started, this is just for therapeutical purposes, you know. My brother thought it would be best if I make video blogs that were uplifting and kind of make me in a good mood. Because anybody who's read my actual blogs know that I don't tend to write positively. You know, my views on things are kind of skewed. People have called me a cynic. I have had some bad relationships with women, some bad deals in life, but overall I have been pretty fortunate, you know, so I can't say that life has been totally bad for me. But when you suffer from depression like I do, I'm bipolar, manic depressant, so you gotta think about that one. So sometimes my life is like a big roller coaster, so some people might say, well, you probably just shaved your head out of just that illness. Well, yeah, in the past I have, and probably I was going to do this eventually, probably because of my illness. Maybe do it earlier than when I really planned on it. It's not like, depression's not an illness. Yeah, it is. My brother would argue that one, and so, but it really doesn't matter. All I will say is if you do have depression, you really should see somebody. I know what it's like to have friends around me who suffered it. You know, I know what it's like to try to commit suicide and watch your friends do it. Or, it's funny to see that. Well, it's not funny, haha. Funny kind of to think back and, you know, really. I know my friends and I sometimes one of my friends, was showing me the battle scars, as you would say, on his stomach that he used to cut himself in the stomach. You know, sometimes people would cut themselves in places where no one else can see them. I have another friend that's cut herself. I've done it myself. Of course, I used to do the OD. But when you're a big guy, it's kind of hard to do it because you just really get really sick, or you get pretty stoned off your butt. Which I've had that happen a couple of times. I've been very fortunate to have a good family like I have. If it wasn't for them and the friends and the support that I've had from them, I don't think I'd be here. And it's very important to try to surround yourself with people who actually care. And I know sometimes it's hard to do that, you know, 'cause I know in my personal life that there are not always kind of people who understand what you go through, and the best thing to do is just try to ignore what they're saying, because real true family and friends will be there for you, understand what you're going through, and oddly sometimes it takes a severe event for the people who didn't believe you to believe you. And I'm pretty fortunate that my quasi-severe event did allow this one person to see that I really did have a problem. And since then, been a great supporter of my problems, my issues, and my illness. But I know this started off talking about my doo-doo and then going into depression, but hey, it's a real issue and no one really talks about it. I mean, yeah, people are starting to, but, you know, yeah, it's just a very important issue people need to start saying, really getting out there and just really know that is an actual issue, that in teenagers it's actually one of the biggest killers. I've been very fortunate because I forget the age between what ages, but I know I'm out of that supposedly, but realistically no, because I've known guys that were even older than me who've gone through issues, you know, suffered depression that still ended up, you know, taking their lives. And I remember as a child, a good friend of mine, you know, his father took his life. A lot of us didn't really know that he had an issue, you know, and when I heard the news, it was like, wow. Now this was probably back way back before I was ever diagnosed or even realized I had a real issue, you know. Sometimes depression doesn't creep up until you know, middle school. Sometimes it got to me in elementary school, I think maybe 4th or 5th grade, but it got worse in middle school. And I had 3 good friends that helped me through it. All 4 of us, yeah, I need to learn how to count. All 4 of us had our own problems, you know, suffered through depression. We were always there for each other. And thank God all 4 of us are still alive. Well, I know I left Georgia, which was years ago. I knew all 4 of us were. I still talk to one of them. The other 2 I haven't had contact in years, because one went to jail and the other, I don't know whatever happened to him. But, you know. But we were there for each other. And then in high school, it seems like, you know, one person moved away, but her and I had kind of gone a little distant from each other because of various things, I guess. I really don't know why, but it did. Things happen. And that friend, like I said, he ended up going to jail for reasons I'm not gonna say. Let's just say he was very ill and he wasn't thinking clearly. And then my other friend, who was always there for me like a brother, you know, him and I were the, you know, hung out from 7th grade all the way up to my senior year, you know. Although I didn't see him much my senior year because I kind of kept myself busy. 'Cause, you know, sometimes people put themselves in positions to where they're constantly busy, so they don't think about their problems in their lives. And, you know, they should try to filter out the bad stuff by filling, you know, and blocking out. I've done that for years, you know. I used to do things that I knew were wrong, you know, but it kept me from thinking about, you know, the bad in my life, you know. I've done a lot of stupid things, and a lot of, you know, people who've, you know, suffered from depression, you know, have done things that try to fill in the voids, you know.